You have to take responsibility of your life. You have to understand that everything around you, every circumstance, event, situation, people, whatever you have, whatever you don't have, you created it. You created it. I mean, if you're not willing to understand what I just said to you, you will never be able to have more, do more, be able to be more. Why? Because that's your true power. If you're not willing to be responsible for your true power, you will never be able to exercise, and you will never be able to practice your true power. That's your true power. Your true power is creating, co-creating. And the way you do that is by deliberately, consistently, without attachment to the outcome, but rather attaching yourself every present moment that you become aware that you're present. Attach yourself to the work. Go from flow state to flow state, helping others. Every time you think about yourself, you're gonna dwell on shit that you don't have. You're gonna feel bad. You're gonna feel like shit. But helping others can and starts with helping yourself first. That's why we wake up so early. Why do we wake up so early? It's because it's about you. It's about helping you, serving you. Helping and serving my family, helping and serving my community, helping and serving my city, helping and serving my state, helping and serving my country, helping and serving my world, helping and serving us together as one conscious, collective conscious. If you're just gonna be naive your whole fucking life, then by all means, that's how the majority of the world is. That's how majority of the world is. And you have to take responsibility that it's your true essence, that's your true power to create. And once you take responsibility of, hey, you're right, I did create everything around me. Whether I am awake to it, whether I am aware of it or not, I did create everything. Everything I created. I might not be aware, but soon as I become aware, I can start exercising and practicing my true power, my true essence. And so that I can have the desired reality, so I can have the desired reality I want. If you're just gonna keep attaching yourself to your five senses, see, like your five senses are like a radar screen that's only about this big. But in fact, the true reality is like 100 feet. But you don't see that. You only see your radar screen because you are experiencing through this body. And this body has five senses. And the five senses are only limited to a short wavelength of stuff, like the eyes. They can only see a certain wavelength of the light. But all it is light. All it is light. Everything is light. Everything is energy. Whatever you hear, you only hear a certain wavelength. Whatever you can touch, you can only touch so much. The matter of the fact is, why is this behaving like that? Why is this behaving like that? Why am I behaving like this? And why is the air behaving like that? Air, me, this, that, it's all made of the same thing. What that is particles, atoms, right? It might not look like there's nothing there because you only see a certain wavelength. It might look like there's nothing there, but there are still atoms everywhere, all around you. There's no vacuum. There is no void. And that's what you have to do in your life. You have to create that void for more. You have to create it by giving, by thinking more, by pushing the limits, by keep exercising and keep practicing. See, what you have to do is you have to realize, first of all, you have to take responsibility of your actions, of your feelings, of your thoughts, of your results. You have to take responsibility. Like, that's the first step. Once you take responsibility of your actions, of your thoughts, the way you think, the way you feel, realize that your brain has a default network of neurons, and it does the same thing. And if it doesn't do the same thing as yesterday, it's like freaking out. And yesterday you might have had a chaotic day, a day where, like, a lot of turbulence. A lot of shit wasn't going good. It was chaotic. People were yelling at you. They were mad at you. They were treating you bad. And guess what? Today you're gonna want that. You're gonna want people treating you bad. You're gonna want people yelling at you. You're gonna want people treating you like shit. You're gonna want the same thing. And that's because your brain releases some type of chemicals. And if it doesn't release it today, those neurons, those networks, the default neural network, they're gonna be craving the same path today. And if you don't do that, it's gonna feel discomfort until you start changing your behavior. You start changing your habits. It might take like 7 days, 21 days, but once you create that habit, then if you don't do that new stuff that you picked up, then you're gonna feel out of line. For example, let's say you don't work out right now. You haven't worked out for over a month. First day you go, it's gonna feel like the whole time you're gonna be bitching, whining, complaining. But you'll get it done. And once you get it done, you're gonna feel good. Why? As you're doing it, you're creating new neuron networks, and the old ones are still craving that pathways. They're still craving that chemical release, but you're creating a new one, and the new one is weak. But once you get that workout done, your body's gonna start releasing more chemicals of the workout, through the workout. I don't know exactly the chemical name is, but regardless, to the point of this video, the body's gonna release chemicals not only to repair your body so it can have more strength tomorrow, but also to create that new neural network. And then as you keep repeating it and you establish the habit and stay disciplined on it, you'll have the new neuron network. You're biologically shifting and changing your mind. And you have to stay disciplined every single day. And like, where you fuck up is when you go back, when you go drinking, when you go smoking, when you go womanizing, when you go social media. You get stuck on something. Like, you gotta realize everything is changing, all the time is changing. And you have to be busy changing. Like, when you're so busy fucking changing, you don't give a fuck what's going on. Right? You're so busy changing and creating and co-creating. You're having fun with life, having the fullest of experience like you've never experienced before. Extreme inner peace, extreme inner bliss, and realizing that like overcoming obstacles is like the true accolades, the true trophies. That like tells you like you're becoming more, you're being more. And that's the mindset you should have. You should have a growth mindset. You should have a goal, and then every setback, aka failure, should be an opportunity to grow, learn, and to set boundaries to not go back. Because you know you learned it. Because if you keep doing the same thing, that means you never learned anything. But if you go through something and you learn something from it, right? You had a setback, you had a failure, and now you learned the lesson. The next time the same circumstance, event, situation comes, you're gonna have a different behavior. That is the definition of learning. If you have the same behavior, regardless of the same cycle, same loop, that means you never learned anything. That's like the cycle of the addict. You know, the addict wants to get high because the addict is shame, guilt. Like, it's a loop. I have it. Go watch my last video. But it's a loop. The addict wants the high. Once it gets high, it's a flash of high and then right back down. And then the addict is feeling shame, guilt, all the negative feelings. See, when you're vibrating at a negative frequency, all you see is problems. That's why what you have to do is vibrate higher. Every single time, vibrate higher. You'll start to see solutions. I love you guys. Beautiful Sunday morning. We woke up so early. We sat down with the divines and we feasted. We conducted the work below. We made sure we conducted the work below. We self-realized, we self-actualized, and now we're self-transcending. Guys, we're turning every negative circumstance, situation, and event into positive. That's the challenge. We're turning it into positive because that's what we're grateful for. We're grateful for, hey, one doesn't exist without the other. And hey, so go surround me, go put me in a negative situation, put me in the negative circumstances, put me around negative people, because that's where I shine. That's where I shine. I love you guys. I appreciate you. Let's go!